DSCL and probably having enough points to get into it, it is going to be Sjaak, the green Protoss in the lower left-hand corner of the Daybreak. In the upper right-hand corner, we cannot make any more Druids jokes, I think, but we're going to try anywhere. It's Dax. Dax. Or Dat-Ax. Like maybe... No, like Dat-Ax. Like a dwarf might say in Middle Earth, right? They're like, oh, you know, they see somebody like have a nice little mithril axe and like, Dat-Ax.
You know, that combines two more Dota characters for me. Axe and Lone Druid.
Now that would be... I have this problem when I play Dota, that I'm a randomer, and I also talk like this to my teammates who don't normally care. And just recently, in the last couple of weeks, I had an axe who wouldn't tank. Right? He even built the tanky items, the Vanguard and everything, but he was just farming, and we were winning. So I started just mocking him. I started being like, you know, like Axe as an emotional teenager because he wouldn't play with the other four of us. So it's like, Axe will be by himself. Axe does not care for your limitations, you know? Like, and I did that for about 20 minutes, and I got reported twice and friended twice, so I feel pretty okay with that.
I would absolutely commend everything. I'd commend your leadership for that. And teaching abilities. I mean,
you know, I can't help it. You know, I'm a natural leader. You know, if there's like a lot of invis heroes and somebody gets a gem, I say, all right, everybody, it's time to play Hug the Tank. If you're not within 500 movement sectoids of the tank, you lose and hug the tank. Let's hug the tank. People are like, shut up, dude. God, you sound old.
Are you also saying movement sectoids?
Yes, I do. Because MS doesn't really mean anything.
You could say like range.
What? No. Yeah, but what? But it's MS, so it has to mean something, and this has been that way since. Sorry guys, this is as standard as it gets. Really, on the Daybreak, the Zerg is feeling good. He's doing the normal expansion, the pool at the typical time. He's it's a Forge fastest band coming out from Sjaak. He's playing it safe this way around, so I guess he just likes playing a safe opening, is what I gather from seeing him last week and this week as well.
Yeah, you know what I believe though that this Overlord is still doing? I think he's mooning the Nexus, and that is very rude.
That is very bad behavior.
Yeah, that's a bad manner Overlord. If
but
I've ever seen one.
But assimilators are just giant butts anyway, so I'm not. It's like. They're like, Zerg are kind of like cats, you know, if they show you their butt, it's okay.
Yeah,
no, that's real.
Yeah, it's Extractor though, assimilators for Protoss.
So, yeah, sorry, Extractors. Extractors are just butts. So
yeah,
maybe in the...
I was just going to say, like, no, assimilators don't look like butts. We've got two up. They don't look like it. Two fairly... Like, not even early Extractors. I was going to say two fairly early Extractors. Assimilators, but no. They are very standard as well. As you said, Sjaak is just playing really standard. Really
just a little bit on the safe side for Daybreak, but again, we saw him play very on the safe side on Whirlwind versus a Terran. So I guess this is he just wants to play a standard long-term game, and hats off to him for it. I wish more competitors felt that way. Overlords are getting into good positions. We're coming up on the 6-minute mark, so I'm curious to see if both gas geysers are going to pop up for Dax at that point or not.
We've got two taken right now.
Oh, there they go.
So, just as you said it.
Yes.
You know
I
your
almost
timing,
what
sir.
I'm talking about sometimes.
Yeah. I said good game, sir. That is some very good game sense, sir.
Oh, you should hear me when I get a couple of gins in me and some Phantom Lancer going on. That's the best time because... You know, he says everything in the we form, so it's a pretty good time to annoy your teammates. We believe we should be pushing.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is. Do you spearfish? That's the question, though.
Do I spearfish? No.
Yeah. Okay. Phantom Lancer spearfishes.
I spear last hit creeps if I'm being tri-laned.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. I wonder how much more Dota 2 we can say before the chat is just going to explode.
After Belgium, sake sauce fiascos, lag,
I think Yeah, we've probably destroyed everything already.
You know, do you know that Mao like just totally took a bunch of his followers on this march, and they were being, you know, killed for years by the government and all that? It's called the Long March. By the end of it, every last one of those men was loyal. That's what these duchies are to us now.
Yeah, I think so as well. It is. It's a little bit weird positioning on that robo facility, to be completely honest. Not again, like I can't say that Sjaak is doing anything wrong. It's just I feel like he's trying to hide it from the overlords, which is like the most obvious thing. Otherwise, you don't want to have it that far forward. But then again, any Ling moving like close to the base is gonna see that. So
it's answer me this, and this is a serious question. When did Protoss on this map stop being afraid of roach aggression at the 8-minute mark? Because the way that they're walling off now, they're just saying like, I totally don't think I'm ever going to be hit.
I couldn't say, to be completely honest. Like when I play Protoss on this map, I never feel safe, and when I play Zerg on this map, I try to never make the Protoss feel safe.
Indeed, because they do. Those jerks.
That's the thing. This is also a very early third, and it's in a fairly weird timing. If you're asking me, Sjaak would of course say that it's not. He would say that this is the way you should play. But I like to take this third. If I go for a third, I'd like to take it almost as fast as the Zerg is getting his third, to be able to get these cannons up and running before the speedlings can start to arrive. Because now that they're here, this is going to become a hell of a lot more annoying to try to defend, especially with the
it really is. Oh, and he's moving out of that defensive position. He's got plenty of force fields, but this could be very dangerous. Nice force field baiting going on there. There's a limited time here, and Dax knows it, so he's going to engage. Lings are going to make it all the way around, but amazing force fields are going to stop that, and some bad pathing as well. The Immortal is going to be targeted down, and that is not enough to save it. Very good force fields, but these forces are going to be destroyed.
Yeah, but now the cannons are up, so the cannons, together with, you know, just warping in on top of that pylon, should be able to defend this base. And I mean, it's good. It's very well done by Sjaak. He managed to save his third, which is extremely good. Sadly, lost his Immortal and all of his sentries, which is, you know, bad. But it was a worthwhile investment anyway. He killed up most of the Zerg army, so very well done by him. It's This is the ladder map version of Daybreak. I just realized that because Dax is going to take that fourth base. It's a full base on this version, so there we go. Yeah, it is. So, absolutely. Well, while things have stagnated a little bit, not stagnated, but slowed down, the reason why I like to take this third roughly a minute or a minute and a half earlier than Sjaak does when I go for the build that he's doing is so that these cannons can be up before the Zerg wants to hit, because the Zerg more or less moved out as fast as he could. So if you have those cannons up already, you're going to just deter him from attacking you completely. So I mean that it still worked out for Sjaak. He played it very, very well, and I'm guessing that this is a very thought out build, because Sjaak seems to be a very good player. So I'm not talking down to him, I'm just, you know, that's just the logic I go for.
Just as the chat says, don't talk smack about Sjaak or we will explode.
Yeah.
Zerg is at 88 drones. He is econ ready, my friends. He is ready to go ahead and mine this damn map out, way oversaturated. They're ready to transfer them over to the fourth at a moment's notice, hopefully, now that it's come up. Wonderful economy. If Sjaak sits back too long with this kind of economic advantage, he could be in trouble. Dark Shrine coming down, just as we talk about him being behind. Curious.
Yeah, the big troublemaker is right here, though, which is the Spinecrawler Forest is on his way. Together with the Spire.
It's not really a forest yet. It's more of a park, but it's going to become one. Macrohatch is also coming down. Like I said, Dax is getting into that position that Protoss are very scared of on this map, sir.
Yes, he is, and he's making it so very, very quickly. He should try to get himself his hive up fairly soon. I don't honestly know just why he's not started. He's even making himself drop-proof. So I'm guessing that Sjaak is somewhat known in the Dutch scene for the drops that are right now on their way in. So right before the Spinecrawlers are done targeting that queen straight off, but now just wants to kill off the Lings first, moves out with the warp vision, really well played there. And he kind of needs to move some more units back, because these zealots are going to make a lot of trouble for him.
Indeed, however, the spines
Yeah,
are up. It's just no big deal anymore. The spire's not even in the main. It's just chilling at the natural. Some serious injects have been missed. Zealots at the third, but again, not the biggest deal at all. They didn't even get the hatch. Not a lot of drones have been killed.
No DTs, though. One infestor goes down. And then detection arrives. 2 infestors for 3 DTs. I'd say that's more or less an even trade.
Gas-wise, it certainly is. However, the third is going to fall! Oh, the Dark Templar snuck in there and did all the dirty work the Zealots couldn't. And the apparently the fungal missed, but the second one doesn't. There's already a 4th base coming back up, and the hatch is going back down. Finally, Sjaak is going to attempt to take his 4th. Really pushing the multitasking skills of Dax to the test. Very well done.
Yes, he's playing this phenomenally. Now sending even more Zealots across the map. And this is so smart by a Protoss player as well, just sending Zealots. And just sending them more or less on suicide missions to just try to be annoying and just disrupting for the Zerg player. Because if you take a look at the supply, Sjaak is very far behind, so he doesn't want the Zerg to comfortably max out and then start moving across the map, because he's not quite ready to deal with that yet. Greatness Fire is on its way, so the ticking time bomb is here, but he can start building his mothership in just a couple of seconds time.
Another 7 spine crawlers going down. This is going to be a true forest if the creep spread's ever allowed to actually saturate across the map, and even another 7 spine crawlers going down. Holy crap, man.
I do believe that he has read way too much Snow White, because 7 seems to be the number for him.
That's fantastic. I've liked that you went with a fairy tale design for 6-year-old girls and not the movie about a serial killer. Very good.
Yeah, I like this optimistic pylon that is trying to come up at the 5th base as well. Just in the dark, placing a pylon, just saying screw it. There will not be creep there.
I hope not, because that'll totes stop them.
Yeah,
but no, the little probe's gonna get the information, then he's gonna die.
Yeah, something I'm a little bit curious about when it comes to Dax is why he's not building himself some detection over by spaces now that he knows that there are TTs out on the map.
It's true. Just a couple of spore crawlers would be very nice. They would help with the war prisms as well. Just 1 per base. I'm with you. I found that odd myself.
Yes, but other than that, he is very, very tucked in, very, very safe. He's working on his upgrades. He's getting adrenal glands. He's getting, you know, the upgrades he wants, and 10 casual broodlords. It's not a lot. It's just, you know, 10 at a time.
It's a casual amount of broodlords. It's very, very, like, you need to stop freaking out about it. I know back in your day, you know, a woman waited until she was married before she got 10 different broodlords in her, but this time around, it's just how it is. Zealots are not very effective. Almost do get an infestor here, but they are not going to be allowed to do so.
Though.
Oh!
A 9-hit point zealot can almost kill an infestor, but not quite.
I almost said a dirty word on stream. Oh, yes, indeed. What are these sentries doing, moving out all on their own towards the creep?
I think he's willing to start sacrifice them. Yeah, I think he is. Because at this point, with broodlords out on the map, sentries aren't going to be the greatest unit to have. Could have probably loaded them up into the warp prism and then flown. No, because there's no detection at this 4th, as we've said before, and the DTs are going to town on it. They will be able to kill before the detection comes over, sir. No, they will not, because
my goodness,
they're done.
Where did it come from?
It came from the building little blob.
I really didn't see it there. Never mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. I didn't even, you know, see the base until it was on red, more or less. So good of you to note this stuff like that. But sadly for Sjaak, the spore crawler did finish up just in the nick of time. I'm thinking 3 seconds later, and bye-bye hatchery.
Mothership is out. Neural Parasite is coming up. The upgrade's coming fast and furious for both of these players now. Going up to the 3/3s in their respectable categories. Roach is sacked, just like the sentries were, to go ahead and make more infestors and broodlords, and this is really becoming the army that no Protoss wants to go up against. Sjaak still very down in supply.
He is, and I mean, he's sending stuff across. He's sending these immortals across the map, most definitely to just snipe off the final few hit points of this hatchery. It will go down insanely fast to 2 immortals, and they should be able to tank up a couple of hits from these spine crawls before the shields even take damage. Especially if he sends into zealots ahead of time to just soak some damage from it. Hopefully he gets away as well, because you still kind of want to have those immortals with you.
Absolutely true. The Immortals go to town on it, just like he said. That is a tactically sound move, sir.
Yeah, but now he needs to do something, because they're not gonna be able to escape. Really nice there by Dax. He manages to come in, sacrifices a building for 300 minerals, which he's got more than enough to replenish, and he didn't really mine from that base at this very moment either. So I don't really know who got out ahead of that. I kind of feel like
I am so confused at the lack of infrastructure for Sjaak with that big bank that he has. He's got very few gateways, sir.
He's going carrier, though.
Well, he's starting to build some additional stargates. Is he just not expecting Dax to attack because he's at 200 supply?
Yeah, and more scarily than that, he is now at 89 larva and 3k, 1k, so he can remax so fast on roaches or lynx, whichever he chooses to do. And either one of those will be a horrible nightmare to have to deal with. But first off, he needs to kill off the tiny army of 14 broodlords, backed up by 21 corruptors and 7 infestors, which in it of itself is not going to be a small task to kill off.
Indeed it's not. Oh, the War Prism immediately fungals as it appears, and so many corruptors take it out in short order. There is not a lot of detection here, so the fungals are going to have to go off. The Vortex is very, very good. The Broodlords are spread so far, they might as well try and get into it. An aggressive blink forward while that Vortex is going off. Lots of eggs going down, but the Storms are going to make short work of that due to the recent nerf on that. The first carrier is out, so that plan has been revealed. But just behind this, Ling's Corruptors being made, more Infestors as well. The Vortex is over, and all of these Colossi will die in just a couple of shots. If these Corruptors get away, it looks like they could become Broodlords in short order.
They absolutely can, and the only thing that's currently standing for a Protoss hero right now is 16 of those Stalkers, and he needs to desperately get something more out. He can't quite go into Colossi. I don't really know why he's building it, with, you know, the fact that he saw the huge amount of Corruptors. There's 13 of them out right now, which is way too much to, you know, just try to handle with 2 carriers on Mothership, and the Colossi, they won't survive for long enough, sadly, to make a real impact. So I mean, Sjaak is absolutely between a rock and a hard place right now. He can't expand, even though it kind of looks like he wants to with that probe, because he can't really stretch that far up on the front of the map. He cannot attack, but at the same time he can't allow, you know, Dax to just sit back, relax, and macro up again. So I really wonder what he's going to do to come back into this game. It's absolutely not over, but it's going to be really hard for him to do anything.
It's very true. Here comes the aggression. Baneling Nest even coming down behind this. Really lots of Corruptors. Lots of Corruptors coming in to soak up some of the damage. The Infestors are going to be able to get the eggs down this time. These Infested Terran are going to do a lot of damage to be a big buffer. There's the Blinken, but look at those fungals going down immediately.
Yeah, this is so hard and so annoying if you're a Protoss as well. I mean, Sjaak is doing his very best. He's killing off so many Infestors, so he's making the best he can out of those Stalkers, especially with the fact that there's almost no energy left on him, so he should be able to blink on out. Gets a couple of Broodlords on his way out as well. So it did as good as humanly possible, I would say. I mean, if it would have been Korean, he probably would have killed another Infestor, but that's the only difference between, you know, what he did and what is not even attainable by normal human being standards.
It was microed very well. The carrier fleet is starting to power up here. Sjaak is on 5 bases. The Protoss of that magnitude is nothing to scoff at, so he's going to have the minerals to make the interceptors to get the carriers out. Dark Templars warped in, and I am missing where they are coming in, sir. Ooh.
Oh, he snatched that.
He snatched the Nexus, yeah.
Right ahead of that drone as well. And now we see the next engagement, tons of Lynx streaming on him. The Lynx aren't going to be super effective against stuff in the air, Storms and Archons, so he promptly just skedaddles on out of there. And it seems like Sjaak is doing his very best to get back into the game. The really hurt Lynx are still going to be able to take down the Nexus in production so fast, and he cancels it. Really smart move there by Sjaak. And he's trying to go up and kill these Lynx, but I don't really know if he should be doing that, because if he gets out of position, he's going to be in an even rougher spot than he is. But he is, as you said, starting to get his carrier fleet up. So he's doing what he can to get back into the game, and for every minute that is passing, I feel like he's getting closer and closer to managing it.
Burrows being researched, Banling Nest is done. All the Zergs recently sacked. I feel a little odd about that. I feel like something amazing might be happening. Spinecraw Forest starting to show its muscle and start moving forward. My God, that fifth base for Zerg is just Fort Knox with all those spine crawlers. It's pretty great. I don't imagine it falling again. Not a lot else to say. Both these guys divide on the map. Is Sjaak going to come forward and do some damage here? Is the only question.
I don't really know what he's going to do. I feel like he should try to get more carriers out if he wants to do the carrier switch properly. And also, of course, try to upgrade them. But he's very, very short on cash because his main has been mined out. His third has been transferred away from. He's not even mining from the second Vespene guys are there, which I think is just a slight mistake. And at this point in the game, when you're 30 minutes in, trying to look everywhere to stop the Zerg from going on and sending a casual 11 zealots across the map to try and harass a base, missing one of the assimilators is, not the biggest of deals.
Are they going to get the queen? Yes, indeed. It looks like that's going to be the case.
At the same time, though, Fort Knox is being assaulted. Oh, so many of the corruptors got caught there in that vortex. He needs to try to do something about it, because if they come out, these 4 carriers are not going to be long for this world. Sjaak is
good. Storm goes down. Storm goes down on the infested terror before they can start killing the interceptors, but when the corruptors reappear, that means that Dax is going to be just fine, thank you very much, and he is already remaxed with more corruptors on the way. Better upgrades on those air units is saving the day for the Zerg. The mothership is down and will not be up for some time. There is no vortex coming for quite a while. I think Dax just took it.
I do believe so as well. The base has to be abandoned. 1 probe, 2 probes staying behind. Kind of like Bane would say, they expect one of us to be on the plane, brother. So 2 of them being left there. I have noticed that I cannot do the Bane impression, so I'm not.
That's
even
all right.
Try.
Neither can I.
I'm just going.
I would talk through my hand if I tried to, right? Like I would just be like, it would be excruciating. It doesn't really work though.
No.
Yep.
Sadly, it doesn't. I would love to do it. Some people say use a cup. My cups don't work.
Your cups aren't English enough. So there you go, and Sjaak.
Just go in Zerg.